was to come. In 2012, blossoming into one of the most consistent starters in baseball. Recognized this week as the league's best in July. Tonight, he puts his 5-game win streak on the line, so relax and watch him work. It's the kind of pitching staff that every time you walk in the ballpark, you feel like you're going to go home with a Curly W. Masson T-shirts with the Curly W tonight, and a big crowd expected right here at Nationals Park. Bob and FP, we feel like we're on vacation. Only one game tonight after a long day and night at the ballpark yesterday. But Jordan Zimmermann, it's amazing. He's 8-6. People are starting to talk about him for some postseason awards.
Well, yeah, I think he's finally starting to get the recognition he deserves. And when you talk about coming to the ballpark every day and expecting to win with this staff, sometimes you come to the ballpark expecting to see something special. With Jordan Zimmermann, his last time out, he was as good as it gets. An extra day's rest this time out. So look for that fastball to be up in the mid to upper 90s. Last time out, 96 right out of the gate. He's been as good as anybody, pounding the strike zone, but not just throwing strikes, to a corner, moving the ball around, mixing up his slider curve combination. Great command, great control.
A lot of ball Cubs were interested in Mark Buehrle during the offseason. He ends up down in Miami. 170-game winner in his career. Good ERA, but not great results to show for it this year.
Yeah, last couple of starts have been rough for Mark Buehrle. Last time out, he gave up a season-high 6 earned runs, walked 4 guys. His secondary pitches, curveball change, haven't been as effective as they have been in the past. He's not throwing them for strikes.
All right, back to Zimmermann for just a moment. New catcher, Kurt Suzuki, in the lineup tonight. How does that change the dynamic for the right-hander?
Well, I think Kurt Suzuki got here early today. He did his homework. He's going to figure out new hitters in a new league. But for Jordan Zimmermann, he's learning how to pitch this year. We've watched him a couple of times during starts where he's not afraid to shake guys off. So maybe Jordan knows the hitters better than Kurt tonight. And I think, Jordan throwing to a number of catchers this year. Don't forget, he's thrown to 4 or 5 guys. He'll be fine.
And, of course, Suzuki wants to handle one of the best staffs in baseball. He's got some pop. 38% caught stealing behind the dish. A .254 career hitter. We think our fans are going to like him right now. Brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. A lot of excitement in the ballpark tonight. We've had the season ticket holders here since 1 o'clock this afternoon. They've been hanging out all day, and a lot of the fans are getting ready for a good one tonight behind Jordan Zimmermann. Visit Trane.com for an independent Trane comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. 94 degrees, humidity is bearable, but it's a warm night at the ballpark, and the ball could be carrying. The Marlins are featuring Jose Reyes these days. 5 for 10 in the doubleheader yesterday. He has a 22-game hitting streak, hitting .360, and he's 6 for 19 career against Jordan Zimmermann. And other than him and Carlos Lee, maybe Greg Dobbs hitting .300, it's a lineup that can be pitched to, and we'll see how Jordan fares. Zimmermann in his career against Florida and Miami, 1-3 with a 4.08 in 7 starts.
And last time out, earned the 4-1 win at Milwaukee, allowed just 1 run on 5 hits over 6 innings, struck out 6, and walked 1 through 93 pitches, 69 for strikes. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, mid-90s, slider curve change from Jordan Zimmermann. Time for a Mazda defensive alignment behind Jordan. Morse, Worth, Harper in the outfield, Espinoza, Zimmermann on the left side, Lombardozzi, LaRoche on the right side, and the new guy behind the plate, Kurt Suzuki. Welcome to Washington, D.C.
Looking forward to seeing him wearing number 24. First pitch from Jordan Zimmermann right in there. We're underway at 7:06. The season series, Marlins 6, Nats 5. Brian Peterson in this series, 0 for 2 with a walk. He's hitting 169 in 32 games. He's behind quickly 0-2. In fact, the Marlins don't have a whole lot of sock in their lineup. Ozzie Guillen loves to load the lineup against lefties against the likes of Jordan Zimmermann. Home plate tonight, Mike Muchlinski. The crew chief, Field and Culbreth, will have the plate tomorrow. Lance Barksdale, second base. Adrian Johnson at third. Nats are 20 over 500. 2 up on the Braves. Marlins are 10 under. That's a little shot off the trademark that's wide of third base. Houston at Atlanta tonight. Luke Harrell and Paul Maholm. A recent pickup by the Braves, shoring up their rotation, along with Ben Sheets. And the 0-2. Again, close. Very close.
And tried to go backdoor slider here, 86. Pretty good pitch.
Could get that call if he stays there. All those pitches right around the plate. And a bouncing ball right side. LaRoche will come well off the bag. Leads Zimmermann. And it's a very close out as Peterson got down the line well. Adam LaRoche will cut off balls more for runners like that than he might other guys. He'll often let it go through to Lombardozzi, but not against these leadoff men.
Well, you look at Lombardozzi playing up the middle. LaRoche about 3-4 steps to his right. Good feed. Bang, bang at first. Clearly out, but good hustle by Brian Peterson.
And you'll see some Marlins do that rest of the season. These guys are playing for jobs. Scott Cousins, 37 games, batting a .161, low and inside. Cousins will line one to center. Jason Worth, that ball died on him a bit. So back in center field where he started game 1 yesterday, 2 quick outs.
Good jump, tracking it nice out there. I'm looking at the right-handed batter's box right now, and I'm wondering what's going on. I mean, from where we're sitting up top looking down, it looks like there's already been a hitter in there. The line's been wiped away, the line closest to the plate. And usually that thing's pristine until somebody gets in the box, but it looks like there's been 3 right-handed hitters so far in this game, and there hasn't been one.
I think I have an explanation. Hanley Ramirez is haunting the Marlins batter's box. And here's Jose Reyes, who's hitting .284. 302 from the left side. And that one up the middle. Lombardozzi, great pick and a great throw. Strike throwers on the mound for this team night after night. It begets good defense, working together beautifully. Jordan Zimmermann. Here's the lineup brought to you by Dodge. Experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency at your Dodge dealer. Schedule a test drive or go to Dodge.com. Check out the powerful lineup. Kurt Suzuki has seen Mark Burley a lot. 11 hits, a homer, and 6 RBIs over there in the American League. Burley, the longtime White Sox lefty, 2000 to 2011. He's a strike thrower. And he leads the major leagues in innings, starts, quality starts, pickoffs, and grounded into double plays by opponents since 2001.
And least amount of time spent on the mound. He works fast.
Breaking ball to Danny Espinosa. No balls, 2 strikes.
He's coming off an 8-2 loss last time out against the Braves on July 30th. He tied a season high with 6 earned runs, a season high with 4 walks. Went just 4 1/3, gave up 8 hits, struck out 3, walked 4. Threw 102 pitches, only 62 for strikes.
And he carves up Danny Espinosa to start the game. Danny 1 for 20, and in this series 1 for 9.
Let's set the defense for the Fish behind Mark Burley. Peterson, Hernandez, Cousins in the outfield. Reyes, Dobbs on the left side. Solano, Lee on the right side. John Buck doing the catching.
So Bryce Harper steps in, hasn't faced Burley. And that one just a little low. Bryce in this series 1 for 4. Played the nightcap last night. He's hitting .258. Getting a look at an 86-mile-an-hour pitch right on the inside corner. You can only have the radar gun on half the time tonight. And the Nats are batting, not that big of a deal. And a ground ball right side to Carlos Lee, who, for a big man, handles himself around that bag nicely. To find out why employees choose STG, visit STGinc.com. We're not talking serious gas here tonight. Now, you might remember FPS talking about Chris Young. He just doesn't have 90 pitches this year like these other guys.
Yeah, minimum
innings, rather.
90 innings pitched. With some guys, it's about deception, location, mixing up your pitches. That's the case with Mark Burley. A side session between starts, he worked on getting into a more natural throwing slot. Last couple of times he was too much over the top. Been working on getting to that 3/4 release point. And he just hasn't had a feel for his curveball change combo.
Zimmermann kills it right at Greg Dobbs. 1, 2, 3 for both pitchers. A marquee matchup tonight. And now the second, presented by Luna. Call today for the Luna Double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Big crowd gathering for this one tonight. And there's not even a concert, just baseball. I like it.
They're fired up about their first place Nats. Why wouldn't they be?
Carlos Lee, Greg Dobbs, Donovan Solano here, top of the second. Carlos Lee has 3 RBIs in this series, a walk and a couple of hits. And this big man's on a 9-game hitting streak, 15 for his last 30. So he is on fire, and he's raised his average up to 290. Lee, 5 out of 12 career against Jordan Zimmerman as a Houston Astro. And now a Miami Marlin. Oh, that's going to get him right in the backside on a 1-1 pitch.
He got him good. Watch where the ball goes. That's how you tell if it gets him good or not. If it gets you square, the ball goes nowhere, and that ball went straight down. If you get a little ricochet piece, doesn't hurt as bad as the one that sits in there for about 1/10 of a second, drops straight to the ground. That one's going to get tight as the night goes on for Carlos Lee.
Boy, did you see McCutchen get hit by Aroldis Chapman last night? Wow, that was dangerous. Greg Dobbs, 3 for 5 with an RBI in this series. And he's not a guy who plays every day. He usually gets in somehow every day, maybe as a pinch hitter. But he's 7 for 16 over that hitting streak.
This is how you judge how bad a hit by pitch hurts. Watch where the ball lands. It gets Lee square, and it just drops simply right in front of home plate. Now, when they hit and go into a dugout or go about 15 feet away, they still hurt, trust me. But the ones that sit right there, those are the ones that get you good.
And how do you know all this?
I read a book.
I know there was a recent story about getting hit by pitches, but do you remember how many times you were drilled in your career?
Well, I know I have the single season record for most hit by pitches for a switch hitter at 25.
Wow.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed. I just never got out of the way.
What was your on-base percentage that year?
I have no idea.
I'm going to guess it was, I'll say 385. Pretty good. It's 385 now. No balls and 2 strikes now to Greg Dobbs. He's always hit the Nats well.
Tim Kirchin just wrote a great article on ESPN.com about how tough major leaguers are and how much it hurts and how you can't show the pain when you get hit by a pitch. If you get a chance, check it out. It's a great read, a great piece.
You were quoted.
Well, it's just all about not showing pain. I think Carlos Lee did a nice job right there. That was a mid-90s fastball, smoked him good, and he simply walked to first, and he's probably still seeing stars.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Dobbs on an off-speed pitch strikes out. So there's a whole lot more to Jordan Zimmerman these days than just blowing fastballs in there.
And a slider 85 just disappears. Looks like a fastball. Goes straight down at the end. Tough to pick out the rotation. You see the dot right there? Easy to see on Xmo. Tough to see when you're standing in the box.
Get to Nissan Summer Saving Days ending September 4th. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Hurry into your local Nissan dealer. Outside to Donovan Solano, 2 for 9 with a walk. Playing second base tonight. Carlos Lee not a running threat. We'll see at some point tonight if Suzuki's arm gets shown off. He just becomes the latest cog in one of the best defenses in baseball. On a 2-0 to Solano, suddenly Jordan missing way outside. He's got the yellow fingernails so Jordan Zimmerman can see the signs, huh?
Yeah, those are actually stickers made by a guy in the Bay Area. They have orange, green, and white. So that you can see the finger put down.
And that's 4 in a row upstairs. So a hit batter and a walk in the inning. That'll bring in Gorkis Hernandez. In this series, Hernandez is 0 for 4 with a pair of walks. 0 for 9 is a Marlin in 4 games. And you know what the Nats are rallying for now? They're organizing their double play defense. They don't need a middle linebacker to tell them where to stand. They all know exactly where to be. And Zimmerman gets ahead. That was only Jordan's 25th walk of the year in over 135 innings. He has 97 strikeouts. And he whistles a fastball to the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
A good 2-seamer, good late movement, looking for that ground ball double play to get out of the inning.
You watch that, you wonder why won't he throw it again? Maybe he will. We'll see if he sets it up with something. So watch which side Suzuki goes to. Might be the breaking ball away, and it is. And it's up the middle, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. At least it should have been. And Danny Espinosa throws it into the dugout.
That's a run.
And so scoring from second base is Lee. And the hitter ends up at second base, and the inning should have been over. Wow.
Tailor-made double play, good feed by Lombardozzi, hit pretty well. Nice job getting to this ball. So nothing on the exchange except for Espinosa just went down low. We saw this before in a double play. Absolutely launched it. I mean, that's not even close. I think it was in Milwaukee he did the same thing, to where he looked down at the bag. Only that one was to his left of first base. Up the line toward right field. That one was more toward home plate. Perfect feed. Squares himself up nice, and I just think he gets underneath the ball right here. And maybe Solano getting down late distracted him to where he didn't pick up his target.
And for Danny Espinosa, that'll be his 8th error of the year, and he's made 4 since moving to shortstop. So that changes everything here. Another runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and John Buck, the hitter, he's driven in 26 runs. And a breaking ball is outside, 2-1. Jordan has made good use of a couple of off-speed pitches tonight when he's needed a strike. Counts even, 2-2.
Now with Martin Burley on deck, first base open, 2 outs. Pitching John Buck backwards right there. 2-1 count, goes with the slider.
And a swing and a foul straight back. Keep in mind here, first base is open. The pitcher is on deck. Mark Burley is 2 for 46 this year. So Jordan doesn't want to throw something that a big, strong catcher can work with here. He wants to get him out on his pitch.
Well, that's the temptation, right? 2 strikes, 2 outs, pitcher on deck. You find a way to get Buck out, you feel like next inning's a 2-out inning instead of a 3-out inning.
And Buck will serve that breaking ball to right field, and that is over the reach of Bryce Harper. So the Marlins lead 2-0. Now you can't assume the double play, so they could call one of these runs earned, but that's a good piece of hitting by Buck.
They got the slider down and away. Stayed on it nice, and I think Bryce Harper cheating up to throw out Gorkis Hernandez because of his speed. and 2 strikes on the hitter. Might have cheated up a little bit. That's what good outfielders do in those situations, and Buck got all of that. And you called it right out of the gate. Warm night, ball carrying.
Low and inside now to Mark Buehrle, who's an .075 career hitter. Every year of his career in the American League until this season. And he'll pop this one up. Short left field for Michael Morse. The error costing the Nats 2 runs. Time for Morse, LaRoche, and Worth to get busy with the bats. Celebrating the 222nd birthday of the United States Coast Guard, being brought to you by DynCorp International. We serve today for a better tomorrow. And by Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the military for over 75 years. If you're in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, or if your family is, we'd be proud to serve you too. The United States Coast Guard, one of America's 5 armed forces, tracing its roots to August 4th of 1790. Thanks to all of our armed forces for their dedication to protecting the safety and security of America. The scoreboard says 2-0 Miami. One of those runs will be unearned. As I mentioned, you can't assume the double play ball. So they figure Gorkas Hernandez, who has good speed, would have scored from first on the double by Buck. But the 2 runs hurt, and now the bats have to get busy against a good pitcher in Mark Buehrle. Michael Morse is 0 for 2 career against the lefty. And Michael's on a 12-game hitting streak. 1 hit in each of the games yesterday to keep that thing alive. And that'll be a flare to left. Actually, Mike did not play the first game and checked in with 2 hits in the nightcap. So he is 0 for 1, and Buehrle has retired the first 4. Place a deposit on season tickets for next year. And if the Nats make it into October, you will have ticket purchase priority this year. Go to nationals.com/2013 or call 202-675-NATS. It expires September 15th. Some restrictions apply. There's Adam LaRoche.
Well, you said very accurately you can't assume the double play, but I think with what we've seen all season long with the Nationals defense, I absolutely, positively assumed that double play.
And LaRoche gets under this one to right field, heading for the seats. He's done it again, number 22.
You can definitely assume an Adam LaRoche home run, especially off a lefty.
Or at least an RBI every game. And that's RBI number 68 for this red-hot left-handed hitter.
I mean, he's just eating up lefties right now like it's nothing. Cole Hamels, Brad Hand, Mark Buehrle. some kind of locked in. Maybe the hottest hitter in baseball.
Jason Worth goes up and tries to make it back-to-back. Burley gives up his 16th homer of the year. The Nats hit their 116th, and Adam LaRoche has 22 of them. Interesting stat on Adam LaRoche. He has scored 47 runs this year. He's driven himself in 22 times. And Worth reaching, a little fly ball to right for Scott Cousins.
Yeah, he steps in the box. He's already in scoring position.
Here comes Kurt Suzuki, who was on a 5-game hitting streak when he left the Oakland Athletics, and the Nats fans give him a nice greeting. Not having his best season at .218. 18 RBIs in 75 games. But the thing about Suzuki, if you check his splits, much better hitter away from the Oakland Coliseum, where he never has to bat again unless the Nats play them in Interleague.
Or the World Series.
So, yeah, but he's always been better on the road, so maybe Nationals Park will suit him. That's a little bouncer that gets by the mound. He's digging hard, but he's thrown out by Donovan Solano.
Well, Adam LaRoche with his 22nd home run puts the Nats on the board, and I always get locked up on that, but there goes the no-hitter.
In big fashion, that pitch is up, and so's that fly ball. Jordan Zimmermann, 33 pitches, 20 strikes in his first 2 innings. And to find out why employees choose STG, visit stginc.com. So Strasburg is the blue bar, Gio's the red, and Jordan Zimmermann, looking pretty consistent lately, is the green.
I think they all look pretty good to me. And just for the record, I love dot races.
But look at that ERA on its way down.
These are all good. 3.27, 3.12, 2.28.
And at the end of April, the Nationals had a staff ERA of under 2 runs a game. Now, we knew that couldn't last because there's no way it can. Sitting at 3.29 for the staff starting tonight. Brian Peterson leads off, and Zimmermann bounced him out to LaRoche first time up. So the failure to turn that double play probably cost Jordan a dozen pitches in that second inning. But he's back in the game thanks to LaRoche. And it's not like he was ever out of it. 2 runs early. But you like to put something on the board. And that's a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball just a little bit down. 2-1. And a ball hit out to center. Worth broke back. Cruises in. Easy out. Cousins and Reyes, the next two hitters. We have an AT&T fact of the game for you. 6 catchers this season. Can you name them all? Ramos, Flores, Solano, Maldonado, Leon, Suzuki.
When you talk about Jordan Zimmermann, Kurt Suzuki working together for the first time, I think obviously there's a little bit of learning curve that goes on, but Kurt Suzuki, one of the smarter catchers in baseball, does tons of homework, watches video every single day, learning the Marlins hitters as quickly as possible, but I think more importantly, learning Jordan Zimmermann's stuff. So maybe the first 2-3 innings of feeling out process to see what kind of stuff that Jordan has and maybe what he should call in a given count. And you do all the homework you want. You got to see it with your eyes once you get out there.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Scott Cousins. Suzuki, by the way, born in Wailuku, Hawaii, which is on the island of Maui. And he said his family will be joining him. He has a 15-month-old daughter. He and his wife and the little lady will be joining them when they come back from San Francisco. So Jordan Zimmermann gets his second K of the game, and that's 2 outs here in the third.
Yeah, Jordan didn't like the pitch. It was a slider up, didn't do anything, but it got the job done. You see him shaking his head, pounding his leg afterwards. So just a cement mixer up there, and sometimes that's the best pitch in baseball. Cousins swinging to where he thinks it's going to go to because of the rotation, and it just stays up.
Kinetic North America with the Pitch Track, providing world-class technology and responsive solutions to our government customers. Jose Reyes robbed of a hit by Lombardozzi on a good short hop play up the middle first time. He's had 35 multi-hit games this year. He's in the top 8 in the league with 122 base hits. And this one out to left center. That's going to extend the hitting streak. Worth picks it up on a hop, and Jose Reyes checks in with a double. 23 games on the hitting streak. Let's have a look at some hitting streaks from our friends at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races. Robinson Cano this year a 23 gamer. Cleveland's Brantley 22, a bunch of 20s. Slots, tables, and dining, the ultimate triple play at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races.
Ray is the only active streak going on all those.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I was impressed with his energy level late in the second game of a doubleheader, and it wasn't a day-night job. It was back-to-back games. The Marlins got in at 4 in the morning from Atlanta. In the second game yesterday, in about the 7th inning, he took over. That's not easy to do when you get in late and you play 2 games.
And that ball is trouble out to right center, and Miami's going to score again. Carlos Lee makes it 3-0. And the crowd groaned when that ball got by Bryce Harper. He had no chance to make a throw to home for Jose Reyes.
No, not with 2 outs. Reyes breaking on contact. Doesn't have to wait around to see if it drops. Maybe with 1 out, yeah, 2 outs, he's scoring all the way. I mean, that ball had some serious hang time to it. Good pitch from Zimmermann. Got in on Lee, but he fought to get his hands inside the baseball. Got just enough of it. Strong man right there to throw it out over the infield. When you get jammed as bad as he did. 2 out knock, RBI.
Boy, this has been a strange homestand. Nats lost a series to the Phillies when everybody was so excited coming off the road trip. And then the evening of Gio Gonzalez turned on a dime last night. And now the Marlins are saying, hey, we don't care if you guys are in first place. We've still dominated you since 2008. It's up to the Nats to turn that around. Greg Dobbs is the hitter. Struck out swinging first time. Two and 3 homestands so far. That ball sharply hit, and it eats up Lombardozzi. Lee's going to go to third as that ball was slowed down. And the Marlins, with 2 outs, have 3 consecutive hits. I mean, that ball is scorched.
I'm wondering if Lombardozzi didn't lose the ball in Lance Barksdale, the second base ump. Let's see if he runs any interference right here. I don't know if he lost track of it for a second. Barksdale got out of the way, but initially that ball was hit right at the second base umpire. And if you don't see the initial hops, you can't recognize the speed of the ball, you're kind of at the ball's mercy in between hop, first and third, 2 outs.
And now Jordan Zimmermann has a must-get for an out against Donovan Solano if he doesn't want to be behind by 3 runs. So a 3-1 Miami lead. And it seems like things have just been a little out of whack since he hit Carlos Lee with that pitch leading off the second inning. Had a walk later in that inning. The botched double play behind him didn't help. But I mean, he came out in the first inning like he was going to just dominate tonight. And right now, not happening. 1 ball, 1 strike. Solano will chop it foul. Strike 2.
Well, I think he's doing his part. Pounding the strike zone. Not walking anybody, except for Solano, his first time up. Just hasn't got a lot of help behind him so far in this game.
And the Lee hit was a blooper. Got to play that guy deep. Marlins have quieted down this big crowd. Dobbs not really a running threat at first, and Carlos Lee at third. By the way, the Astros at the Braves, scoreless, top of the third. And Zimmermann spins a breaking ball that Suzuki blocks. Good looking slide to the right on that one.
Well, everybody checking out Kurt Suzuki for the Nationals, especially the guys that haven't seen him before. A lot of pitchers on the bench taking note. Hey, I can throw my off speed in the dirt with a runner on third because this guy knows what he's doing. Good block.
Solano a swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. But the Marlins put 3 hits together and have their 2-run lead back.
Thank you for protecting our country.
Thank you, Ross Detweiler. And thank you, United States Coast Guard. Bottom of the third coming up. Lombardozzi, Jordan Zimmermann, and Danny Espinoza. And the Marlins on top 3-1. Lombardozzi in this series 2 for 9. He's been getting some right-handed at bats lately. Ian Desmond out, of course, so he's the everyday second baseman. And then Burley seems like he's throwing the ball as soon as he gets it back from John Buck. And that quickly, no balls, 2 strikes.
And as a hitter, you try to control the tempo, but with a guy like Burley, he's going to have the ball and be ready to throw. So if you ask for time, as soon as you get in that box and look up, he's ready to go. So I guess the best thing to do against a guy with a good tempo is just stay in the box, especially if you're not getting a sign from your third base coach, and be ready to hit. Because you can step out, walk around all you want, but as soon as you plant your feet back in there, he's going.
He's thrown a couple of no-hitters in his career. He's also won 3 Gold Gloves and been to 4 All-Star games. And a 1-2 to Lombardozzi. So you might say because he works so fast, he's not out there standing around a whole lot either, like the rest of the defense. We talk about that often. He keeps himself sharp as well as the guys behind him. And here he comes again. That one gets right through him up the middle, but Reyes is there. And he ranges and gets rid of it in a hurry.
Kurt Reeder for the Giants was a lot like that, Carp, to where if you just look down on defense to like maybe rearrange the dirt with your cleat at second base, you look up and the pitch was on its way. Sometimes you hear the pop of the catcher's glove and say, oh man, I better start focusing a little quicker out here. Because guys that work fast, you don't have time to look in the stands. You don't have time to fix the dirt in front of you. On defense, you got to be ready.
And a strike to Jordan Zimmermann to start things off. He's had a good year with the bat, 8 for 39 with a homer and 3 RBIs. It's like playing catch, huh?
High level catch.
And Zimmermann will take the walk. On that first pitch, it was kind of odd. Mike Muchlinski made a motion with his right arm. I thought he called it a strike. I think all of us did, but evidently it was a ball. So that was a 3-1 pitch, and he walks Jordan Zimmermann. So here's Danny Espinoza, who's 1 for his last 20.
And he would love nothing more than to make up for his defensive miscue right here, right now.
Shows bunt, gets Dobbs on the move. On the corner. Danny's also 3 for his last 38, including the Milwaukee series last weekend when he really started struggling. Bringing the heat and the flavor, Cholula hot sauce with the pitch track. And the 0-2 is a breaking ball that he stays with to foul off. Bryce Harper in this series, 1 for 5, bounced out to the first base side. On a pitch away, Espinoza, great job. And Jordan Zimmermann was thinking about third base. And Scott Cousins, who has a good arm, gets it back in. So the very bottom and the top of the order delivering bags here. First and second, one out.
A nice 2-strike battle right there from Espinoza. Burley tried to go backdoor slider. Espinoza staying on it nice. Might have been a changeup. Whatever the case. First and second, one out. Good piece of hitting.
Big boys coming up. Harper, then Zimmerman. And Bryce lays off the breaking ball away.
Something I've learned in a year and a half of doing this every day, that if it's tough for the broadcaster to tell what's coming, meaning that all of Burley's pitches look alike, same release point, same velocity, it's tough for the hitters as well. And if we're looking at it up here through a camera in slow motion, it's hard for us to tell if that's a changeup or a slider. Imagine what it's like to be in that box 60 feet 6 inches away from him.
That was a pretty fine pitch right on the corner. I was about to say good take by Harper. He got the call, and he doesn't get that one. 2-1. Burley's thrown 3 pitches in virtually the same spot. 33 years of age, 6'2", 244, a big fella. He's from the St. Louis area, St. Charles, Missouri, and he shares a distinction with Bob Gibson, the great Cardinal. Only 2 pitchers in Major League history who've won a Gold Glove in the same year they pitched a no-hitter. Burley did it in 09 for the Sox, and Gibson did it in 71. And he's gone Gibson one better by throwing 2 no-hitters. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harper. And Bryce stays with that breaking ball. Nothing but soft stuff hooking away so far.
I want to get a kind of idea how they're working Bryce Harper, and we've seen this a lot lately. Check out pitch track. Everything down and away and soft.
Tying runs at first base with 1 out in the 3rd. Harper hits it to short, and now the Marlins try to turn 2, but Bryce beats it. Solano was playing to pull and had a long way to go. Zimmerman to 3rd, Harper at first, 2 down.
A good hustle by Harper, good slide by Espinoza. Anytime you can keep the line moving and get Ryan Zimmerman up there against a lefty, it's a good thing. And look how far Solano had to come for that. Momentum going into left field, couldn't get enough on the throw, plus the speed of Harper keeps the inning alive.
That's a great dimension Bryce gives you in the number 2 spot, the ability to keep innings going so you can get it to the number 3 guy. Let's see if it pays off here. They play Ryan straight away. Hernandez may be a cut and a half of the grass toward left center. Just follow that grass line all the way out to the 402 mark, and he's just to the left of it. Ryan's driven in a run in this series, 56 on the year, and Burley gets one in there. And by the way, Ryan Zimmerman, who really hit the ball hard first time, almost went 5 for 5 career against Burley with that line drive to Greg Dobbs. He hits that one hard, and a 2-out RBI. 3-2 ball game, number 57 for Ryan Zimmerman.
One Zim driving in another. Nice piece of hitting right there. Give Jordan Zimmerman some credit for starting this inning up with a walk. After Lombardozzi ground out to short, get a base runner on. Help yourself out like we've seen this staff do all year long offensively. So Ryan driving in Jordan, 3-2 ball game.
Zimmerman now 26 RBIs since the 1st of July. And here's Michael Morse, who flied to left first time, and the tying runs at second base now with Bryce Harper. High strike. So the Nats have sent Jordan Zimmermann, and he helped with this, a message. Hey, buddy, we're behind you. We're going to get you some runs tonight. He's approaching the bottom of the Miami order in the top of the fourth. And Michael Morse gaps it to left center. This game is tied. Michael Morse with his 33rd RBI.
I don't know if there's a better team in the National League at driving in runs with 2 outs than the Washington Nationals. I mean, how many times have we seen it this year? 2-out Lightning, 2-out RBIs. And those are killers. If you're on the other side and you're thinking we're close to getting out of this inning, and you get a couple of knocks with 2 outs that lead to runs, I mean, those are like gold, and we see it time and time again with this ball club. Michael Morse, this time the beast, with a big 2-out knock.
And, of course, it all set up with Harper beating out the double play ball. Zimmermann now 5 out of 6 career against Burley. Adam LaRoche, the first time he ever saw Burley last inning, hit a homer off him. So first and second, 2 outs. And that's well inside.
First and second, 2 outs, and Hobbs is up.
Trying to be the best ever. Looks like it right now. 2-0. Even though it's a lefty-lefty matchup, last thing Mark Burley wants to do is have to throw a fastball or a breaking ball over the plate to this guy to get a strike. That ball hit hard, but playing to pull was Solano. So the Nats will pick up 2 big runs. Walk to Zimmermann, Jordan, Ryan, and then Michael Morse RBIs.
Game 3-3. And today, Kurt Suzuki greeted by a very loose clubhouse. He said he was so excited to be part of it and come in, and he will fit right in the way you could tell today. The guy's very loose. He couldn't even get through his media session without laughing because of what was going on around him. But after hearing from him, it sounds like he's going to fit in just fine here with the Nationals.
I like to keep it loose and have fun, and my biggest thing is having fun, and the veteran presence to maybe a situation you kind of diffuse it a little bit by going out there and calming them down, having fun. But it's just working well, getting to know the pitching staff, personalities and stuff like that to kind of know what you have to do at which situation.
And Suzuki said today is going to be a big adjustment getting to know the pitching staff because that is what is most important to him, building that relationship with the pitchers. He said it's going to be a work in progress. He already has a relationship with Gio Gonzalez after he caught Gio's first ever major league game, but he's looking forward to getting to know the rest of them just as well.
Great stuff. Great addition to the ball club. Visit AFCEA.org, the association for IT pros. Christina with our AFCEA report.
And the fun they were having in the clubhouse, Mark DeRosa had a karaoke machine with a microphone and was going around the room having fun with everybody. It was hilarious.
Gorkas Hernandez bounced into that fielder's choice that was a would-be double play ball first time up. And that's a little inside. 94 from Jordan, and it's 2-1, fourth inning underway. Zimmerman long 3 innings, 53 pitches, 35 strikes. 43 of those pitches in the second and third innings. STGinc.com. Find out why employees choose STG. As we go inside the numbers with his ERA, quality starts. I mean, he's gone at least 6, all 21 times. He's gone 7 innings, 8 times this year.
I think he's the active leader, too, because Justin Verlander last time out did not go 6.
A couple of durable guys here tonight. Burley's gone 6, 15 times this year, 6 or more. And in 11 of those games, he's gone 7. Had a 2-2 pitch, and late for it is Hernandez. No play for Bryce Harper.
It's a great day at the yard today. Everybody involved did such a nice job with the picnic in the park. Big Q&A out at the scoreboard walk, the Miller Lite scoreboard walk with the relievers. Did a mock press conference with a bunch of kids. Just a fun time, and everybody did just such a nice job. It was seamless. All the season ticket holders had a great time, and we all had fun.
Yeah. Hats off to Amanda and her staff, Jackie Coleman, John Guayano, all the Nats employees instrumental in this one today. We had a great time.
I can't tell you how many copies of 50 Shades of Grey that the bullpen signed out in our Miller Lite scoreboard walk Q&A session.
I got myself in trouble with the manager today. Some fan said, "Hey, Davey, you coming back next year?" And then I have another question. So Davey answered the second one, and I said, "Skipper, don't be mad at me, but you didn't answer his first question." And Davey said, "I have a contract for next year with this club as a consultant. It's not up to me." And he said, if, they want me back to manage, I think that's dot a couple of I's and cross a couple of T's.
That's a pretty good record right there.
I think what Davey was trying to tell us, whatever the role is, he has a contract with this organization next year, and he is thoroughly enjoying managing this team.
Well, I think knowing Davey like I do, having played for him, he doesn't care. And I mean that as a compliment. He's a guy that cares about tonight and this season, and he'll get to next year when he gets to next year, not right now or not a minute before.
That's a great breaking ball for a strike. Davey said something today right down those lines. He said, "I owe it to the people I work for not to worry about next year when I'm under contract to manage this team this year and to try to get us a championship."
I think that happened before Davey, and it didn't work out too well.
Nope. Serious jammage on a 1-2 pitch. Harper or Worth. Jason will take charge. 2 outs. And in case you haven't felt it, we've had a momentum shift in this ball game. It's pretty palpable right now. Now, in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from tonight, the Mets will be here. There will be a concert for a Saturday night game. It will be Third Eye Blind after the Nats and the Mets. Tickets start at $10. Go to nationals.com/concerts. Some restrictions apply. You got to have a game ticket to enjoy the music afterwards. There's Mark Burley, who flied to left first time up. And Jordan Zimmerman now pitching with momentum again.
Well, he gets a redo, a do-over. Start this thing all over again.
Good fastball, 2-1. Former Nat Justin Maxwell hits his 11th of the year, and the Astros have a 2-0 fourth inning lead at Atlanta. So nice going by our buddy from right up the road, the former Maryland Terrapin. One of the finest young men we've ever had in this organization. Not to mention his great mom and dad and his lovely wife. Good for him. Comebacker. Zimmerman has it. A 1-2-3 fourth. Worth is coming up, and then Suzuki in a tie game. We're thinking those are sales on the segways. Teddy had the lead most of the way. Abe wins it. It's all Tom Jefferson, Teddy, and then George. Unbelievable. Game summary after 3.5. Carlos Lee, an RBI, his 4th of this series. And the Nats have come up big twice, coming from behind to get offense.
Yeah, maybe with Burley pitching on the mound, the Presidents were trying to tell you that this game's sailing right along. And after starting out 3-1, Nats do a nice job of coming back and answering and tying the game at 3. A couple of big 2-out knocks. First by Zimmerman, then by the Beast. I'll start this one all over again, 3-3.
It's my understanding that Ian Desmond was a consultant on that presidential race tonight because he went to Sarasota High School. They are the Sailors, you know.
I did not know that.
I think that's one of the great nicknames for a high school and its athletic teams, the Sailors. Jason Worth leads off. Bottom of the 4th, and it's 2-0. He flied to right first time. Burley had him reaching for an off-speed pitch away. So now the Nats dealing from a tied situation. And Mike Michelinski keeps giving Mark Burley that call out toward that outside edge. Now he's going to jam him. He didn't get it in there much, and the count's 2-2. Number 24, Kurt Suzuki next. Worth turns on it, and it's off the glove of Greg Dobbs for a base hit. At least it should be.
A good swing right there, 88-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner half. Probably a cutter from Burley. Worth did a nice job of pulling the hands in, get the barrel to the ball. Check out the location of the pitch. Fastball cutting on the inner half. And Jason Worth likes the ball close to him. Been doing a nice job this year of pulling the baseball. And if you look at his hits by at bat, 6 for 15, 5 for 14, 6 for 19, 7 for 14. All pitches down the middle or on the inner half of the plate.
So discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit Kia.com. They take us inside the numbers. So Jason Worth, with that base hit, since coming off the DL, is now 3 for 7 with 4 walks and an RBI. He's been all over the bases. Carlos Lee has to hold him here. Kurt Suzuki, the hitter. Burley got him with an off-speed pitch away. But Kurt does have 11 hits against him in his career.
We just had a feeling when Jason Worth went on the DL and how it happened and how it went down, and maybe some Philly fans down the right field line cheering for his injury. And the quotes in the paper the next day that he would be on a mission. Maybe have that in the back of his mind the whole rehab and wanting to be a part of this first place ball club. He's come on with a bang here off the disabled list. Like he's missed no time at all.
And Suzuki fouling that one off of his leg. Well, his left hand really flew off that bat.
And not so much where the ball hit him on the bottom of the cleat. That doesn't hurt, but a really odd-looking swing from Suzuki right there. Letting go.
Interesting that the A's now have a couple of ex-Nats farmhand catchers. They got Freitas in the deal. They already had Derek Norris from last year. Longtime Nats prospect. You got Tommy Malone and Brad Peacock out there.
And this is where I've seen in the past Kurt Suzuki be good. 2 strikes, spreads out, takes a little out of his swing, goes the other way. Good 2-strike hitter will fight you.
Yeah, and you have to have that approach against this guy. A lot of hitting room, about 80 or 85 feet over there with Lombardozzi on deck. The Nats have their leadoff man on for the first time tonight. 3-4-0 Marlins, 3-5-1 Nats. Good take on a pitch over the plate, but low.
Now Davey Johnson feels like Kurt Suzuki's going to put the ball in play right here. He'll start Jason Worth. Tough to get a good jump on Burley. He's quick to the plate, and he's got a good move on top of it.
And a 3-2 chop to the left side. And a slow roller for Greg Dobbs, who makes a good play. And Jason Worth to second with one out. And a chance now for Steve Lombardozzi. Hit the ball right through the wickets on Mark Burley, but Jose Reyes ranged up the middle to throw him out last time. Just to give you a little heads up, if there would be another play just like that, Jason Worth might try to score from second base. If you have an infield hit that's not right at one of those guys, watch him round third. Lombardozzi takes one off the plate inside. And right now, Donovan Solano hanging about 10 to 12 feet from that bag to keep Worth from taking a huge secondary lead. We know how he loves to swipe third base. Lombardozzi will drive it the other way, and it's right at Scott Cousins. 2 outs. It'll be up to Jordan Zimmerman to help himself again. For the Achiever in You, solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC Bank. Jason Martinson had a couple levels of A-ball for the Nats this year. 5th rounder just 2 years ago. And look at this season he's having. Wow. Almost 100 RBIs in 109 games. And that's number 2 in all of minor league baseball.
Well, what is he doing in the minors? He's ready. Call him up.
Jason Martinson from Hurst, Texas. Between Dallas and Fort Worth, he went to Texas State. And he entered this actually last season as the number 22 prospect in the Nats system. And I guarantee you he's up higher on the ladder than that right now. Those are some numbers. Those are Tyler Moore type numbers.
The cupboard is not bare.
That's how you deal from a position of strength when you have to trade for a Gio Gonzalez or a Kurt Suzuki. Zimmerman hits that ball pretty well to right. It'll back up Scott Cousins. And that'll do it after the leadoff Jason Worth base hit. On to the 5th inning. 3-3 on us Saturday night.
Coast Guard. Thank you for protecting us every day.
And thank you, Drew Storen. It's time for our DynCoop International Troop Recognition. We serve today for a better tomorrow. Waving our caps, waving our T-shirts, and a gigantic salute. Kurt Suzuki turning around and acknowledging our wounded warriors right behind him up there at the President's Club.
When you go to a new ball club, especially when you've been with one your whole career, this must be a weird night for Kurt Suzuki. He traveled across the country, got in at 3 in the morning last night, You played with the A's your whole career. Now all of a sudden, you're in the nation's capital. Everything new, different uniform. First time you're not wearing white cleats in your career.
From the green and gold to the red, white, and blue.
It'll take a minute for him to adjust. Pretty soon it'll be just another baseball game. But right now, things probably going a little bit fast for number 24.
I don't want to see Jose Reyes on base, at least first base or anywhere. But if he gets on, it'll be interesting. He'll bat third in this inning. Brian Peterson, Scott Cousins starting things off against Jordan Zimmerman, who just threw his 70th pitch. Jose Reyes, big smile, enjoys playing this game. And when he's healthy and going well, he's as dangerous as anybody who plays in the National League. Zimmerman's retired 4 in a row. Spins Brian Peterson out of there. A good 0-2 pitch. Let's see how he follows it up now.
Gio did a nice job last night, I think, on Infante with a 2-strike pitch up and in, then went down and away after. Anytime with 2 strikes, you can make a hitter feel your fastball, get it close to him, move their feet. It opens up either another fastball in or something soft on the other side.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And he goes with that side door breaking ball. Braves did not score in the bottom of the 4th, so on the Justin Maxwell home run, the Astros still lead in Georgia. Scott Cousins 0 for 2. Busted bat and a lucky hit for the Marlins. And the barrel of that bat went flying. Everybody okay beyond the Nationals dugout. There's the bottom of it. And Brian Peterson gets a hit.
Well, that's not a hairline fracture. That bat exploded big time. Fastball in from Zimmerman, right on the pine tar. And look at the toothpicks flying everywhere in the Exmo. Brian Peterson could care less. He's got himself a hit.
And luckily that bat didn't hurt anybody. Man, that thing went flying right over the dugout. Cousins has lined out to Worth and struck out swinging. Lays down a bunt. It's a pretty hard one, so Zimmerman can charge and make that patented play of his. And then Adam LaRoche does the ballet into foul territory again. 5-3 on the sacrifice.
And that one ran up the line a little bit. And I don't think that was a straight sacrifice by Cousins. He'll probably be rewarded a sack. Trying to get a hit right there. Ryan Zimmerman doing a nice job. LaRoche on the back end. Good footwork. But that gets Peterson to scoring position for the hot-hitting Jose Reyes.
Can't be too comfortable when you're the runner and you see the reach by the first baseman and you know the ball's coming right by your helmet. So here's Reyes, who extended that hitting streak. 23 games now. He's driven in 30 runs on the year. And from the left side, he's now batting, because of this series, over 300. And the way he's going, he'll be flirting with 300 overall soon. He's at 285. Interesting, he's the number 3 hitter now with Hanley Ramirez gone. Hanley Ramirez started his major league career as the Marlins leadoff guy.
I like the game plan right here between Suzuki and Zimmerman. Going hard in on Jose Reyes. He does a nice job from the left side, Reyes does, of covering the off speed, staying through the ball. Trying to pound him in and not let him get extended.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hot hitters are able to foul off borderline pitches. Watch how quick Reyes is right here. Last second, that might be a strike. I'll just foul it off. Little flick of the wrist, get yourself another chance.
He'll surprise you with his power every once in a while. He's hit 7 home runs this year. Reyes 88 in his career.
It's a good trip right here. Make sure you're on the same page. Make sure that Jordan Zimmerman's 100% behind the finger you're putting down. It's a big pitch to a hot hitter.
Up the middle. Over to cut it off, Espinoza. And that ball delivered high off the glove of Adam LaRoche. And somebody's getting another error. So Peterson scores. Reyes safe at first.
A couple things there. It obviously leads to another run, but now you got the speed of Jose Reyes on first base. High stress inning for Jordan Zimmerman, who's got to keep a base stealer close to first. Espinoza gets to that ball, but for some reason all of a sudden he's thrown from down under, and the ball is simply taken off. Sidearm throw once again, and look at the ball just kind of rise up and away to LaRoche, and he runs out of glove.
Adam trying to stay on the bag. Interesting call for the scorer. The high throw forcing the error. Will they rule it a catchable ball? And here's Carlos Lee. And the matchup I didn't necessarily wanted to see. They're going to give an error to Espinoza for the throw. His second of the night. Reyes eyeing Suzuki here and vice versa. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit Kia.com. Emilio Bonifacios. He sprained that wrist last night, and he's back on the DL now. And those numbers since last year, leading base stealing guys with high percentages and lots of steals to go with it. Reyes on the year, 25 out of 31.
Having played both positions the majority of my career, at second base you can be a little more sidearm and a little more down low because the throw isn't as long. But from shortstop, where the throw has a lot more time to travel and a lot more time to sink, you generally see shortstops a little more over the top. In the last couple of throws from Espinoza have been in his second base throwing slot, not his shortstop. I mean, moving up the middle, it's hard to get on top of the baseball when your momentum's going towards center field. But you see the release point right there, kind of underneath the ball, not as deep and from the side as Ryan Zimmerman, but pretty close. The longer the throw, when you throw sidearm, the more time the ball has to have that two-seam rotation and sink on it, and the more time it has to get away from you. You get on top, you fight to get that 12-6 rotation, the ball stays true.
Well, 2 errors have given the Marlins 3 runs tonight. 0-2 the count to Lee. And Reyes running, pitch up, the throw, a bullet, and it got to Lombardozzi on a hop, and Jose Reyes swipes his 26th of the year.
A good jump by Reyes, straight steal, little peek right there. Suzuki with a short hop to Lombardozzi. Not a real good pitch to throw on. Good stop by Lombardozzi at second base to keep that from going into center field.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Carlos Lee now. And Zimmerman throws the ball to Lombardozzi, who's nowhere near the bag. And that almost sailed on him.
This is not easy to do. He's thinking daylight right here. Looks, Lombardozzi's not at the base, and he just hits him standing in his spot.
So another inning where the Marlins are getting more than 3 outs. Carlos Lee jacks that one to center, and it is beyond Jason Worth. Reyes will score. Carlos Lee a double, and the Marlins now, for the 3rd time tonight, have a 2-run lead. There are basically 2 guys in this lineup that can hurt you, and right now they're hurting the Nats big time.
A slider down the middle. Jason Worth had a beat on that. And I think he was thinking if he got closer to that, he might lay out. Good gamble either way. It was probably a double anyways. And with Reyes on second base, another run for the Marlins.
Dobbs is 1 for 2, and Steve McCatty's on his way to the mound. And now Miami 5 runs on a surprising 7 hits.
I think you made a really good point earlier in the game talking about it's not so much the plays not being made behind Zimmerman, it's the extra pitches he has to throw and maybe the stressful inning that's created by that more than, you know, the initial not making the play.
So Craig Stammen has to get up. He worked a 1-run, 2-hit 9th inning last night when the Nats were behind. Dobbs strikeout in the 2nd, and then that rifle shot off the glove of Lombardozzi up the middle in the 3rd. One ball and 1 strike. This club doesn't take a whole lot of pitches. They are up there swinging. And it's against a pitcher who's around the plate a lot. Why not? Dobbs creams one, and a really good play by Adam LaRoche. So that sends Lee over to 3rd base, and 2 outs now. Ball game in progress for about an hour and a half now. Beautiful night at the ballpark, warm night. Man, the ball is jumping off of these bats. A lot of offense, 12 hits, 8 runs, and the Marlins have 5 of them. It's game 3 of the series, and Miami trying to earn at least a split in the 4 games if they can win tonight. They are 6-5 against the Nats this year. Washington in the division, 27-17, 8-4 against Atlanta, 9-3 against the Mets, 5-4 against the Phillies. But year after year, problems with this ball club. It's hard to believe that over the last 3+ years, the Marlins are almost 10 games per year over 500 against the Nationals. Just crazy. And a 1-2 and a healthy cut right there by Donovan Solano. In the air to right for Bryce Harper. So Miami picks up 2 more on 3 hits and an error. Now the Nationals at home have to battle back again. Well, from section 102 all the way into home plate, everybody knows the Nats are going to have to do it again. And if you're not in the area, you can always take the Nats with you everywhere you go. Every out-of-market game live online on your favorite device in HD quality, MLB.tv. Visit Nationals.com for more details and to order. It's baseball everywhere. Jordan Zimmermann might be done after 96 pitches. He was seen getting handshakes in the dugout. The bottom of the 5th is underway, and Danny Espinosa takes a strike. Both of those runs were earned in that inning because of the Carlos Lee double. And Espinosa gets jammed and pops it up over near the dugout, and Carlos Lee there to grab it.
Well, you just feel like with the way the ball is carrying, the at-bats that the Nationals hitters are having, especially the middle of the order off Burley tonight, that this game's a long way from being over.
Agreed.
Long way to go in this game. Warm night, balls flying.
Bryce Harper 0 for 2. Ground ball to first. Fielder's choice, ground ball to short. And a little tapper to the right side. They'll have to hurry to get him, and they do. That's 7 ground ball outs by Mark Burley now. And Ryan Zimmerman, who, well, probably not enough of an at-bat total to make the determination over a career, but some 5 out of 6 ownage against Mark Burley. So Gorzelani will take over and pitch in the 6th.
We got a couple of pellets tonight, 1 to 3rd, base hit up the middle.
Jordan giving up 4 earned runs in 5 innings tonight. That won't help that ERA. But a lot of what happened tonight, not directly his fault. Walked 1, struck out 3.
3rd time is a charm.
Zimmerman in this series, 3 for 7, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. Consistently swinging the bat well.
I mean, you want to be careful to Zimmerman, but there's a beast on deck.
A bobble beast.
And then a LaRoche after that.
Zimmerman takes the walk, and Burley can deal with Morse, who singled for a run off of him last time. And there is a bobble Morse coming tomorrow. First 15,000 through the center field gates. That's the only place you can get it. Get the Michael Morse bobblehead tomorrow, presented by PNC Bank. Go to Nationals.com and check it out.
I mean, they might have to hire extra security because there could be a mob scene out there to get this one. That's a good one.
There will be a lot of kids going back to school and doing samurai cobra snake for show and tell this summer and fall.
Well, there's probably a lot of kids in the league in the D.C. area doing it before they go up to hit.
And Burley, 85, lays one in there, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I mean, I think it's cool before we do the Open every night when you do it with your stick mic.
You're not putting me out there again. Morse, and that breaking ball just got in on his hands enough. Mark Burley cutting that ball into the trademark, and after 5, Nats are down by 2. On Masson, brought to you by Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Introducing internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. And by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. Masson Yacht getting ready to sail for Houston. Long road trip coming up. And here's the next 5. Steven Strasburg and Ricky Nolasco tomorrow. DC 50 joins us for the 1:30 game. Then it's on to Houston for 4 all-night games. And then in the wee hours of Thursday night, the Nats will fly out to Phoenix, play the D-backs for 3, and then on to San Francisco. So we will be missing you all here in town for quite a while. It'll be a tough road trip. I don't care what the record says. Minute Maid Park has never been nice to the Nats. Nats hoping for some help from Houston tonight. Tom Gorzolani will take over here and work against Gorkas Hernandez, John Buck, and Mark Burley. Top 6 for Miami. It is still 2-0 at Atlanta for Houston. But in the bottom of the 6th, the Braves have 2 men on with 2 out. And Brian McCann batting. Gorkas Hernandez reaching on a fielder's choice and then grounding out to short. 2-0. And Tom Gorzelany goes 3 balls, no strikes on the first batter he faces.
And take a walk around the mound, regroup, take your hat off, deep breath, get right back into that strike zone.
And now Dan Ugglas batting down there with the bases loaded, 2 outs. 3-0 pitch. Missed on 4 in a row. The Marlins tonight, and this was given to me by one of their broadcasters, their numbers 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9 hitters. They combined 150 for the year. And John Buck, the number 8 guy, hurt the Nats with a double, RBI style, back in the second, a 2-out drive over Bryce Harper that gave them a crooked number on the board. So here he is again with the leadoff man on.
And kind of flying open right now, a little bit quick. Getting out front, hasn't found that release point.
There's a bat flying into the seats.
Looks like everybody's okay.
Yeah, I saw it. There's a young man in a red T-shirt down there who went into the aisle to make the play. He got tied up with another gentleman who gave him the bat.
Now Ozzy's given that gentleman another bat of John Buck's.
Yeah.
But Buck wants his Billy Baru back. That had a double in it tonight.
Sure. There's the guy right there. He made a good play. He's the first one that went after the bat. And then the very nice gentleman in the powder blue shirt said, "It's all yours, young man." Now everybody's going to take a look at it.
If I ever threw a bat in the stands, it was yours. I figured that bat didn't want to play anyways. If it was going to go in the seats, I'll just get another one that wants to.
1 ball, 1 strike to Buck. Rookie Hernandez has very good speed. He hasn't been on base enough at the major league level to do a whole lot of damage. He has 3 steals on the year, 1 as a Marlin. And a bouncer to Zimmerman. Tough chance in between Hop. Lombardozzi turns it beautifully. And a well done 5-4-3.
Now how about the footwork from Ryan Zimmerman right here? Yeah, how do you keep your glove soft as a defender, especially an infielder? Keep your feet moving. You get stuck in an in-between hop, keep those feet moving. And as long as they're moving, you can keep your glove soft. Great play on an in-between hop. Good feed to Lombardozzi. Good turn right on the money. 5-4-3 double play. As pretty as they come.
87th of the year by the Nats, and that keeps the Marlins from being able to bunt with their pitcher here and move a runner into scoring position. Burley flied to left, bounced back to Zimmerman, Jordan, and now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Good fastball by Tom Gorzelany, 91.
Nice job, Gorzelany, getting back in that strike zone after a 4-pitch walk. Ball 1 to Buck, getting back in the zone, getting a ground ball double play.
And the Braves have tied that game with Houston with 2 in the 6th. Dan Uggla singled to left field, driving in 2. 3-2 pitch. Burley drives it. Espinoza not able to reach it. And Mark Burley has his third hit in 49 at-bats this year. Double play looks huge now. And for the Marlins, their 8th base hit.
Well, he knew he was going to get a 3-2 fastball, and he was on it.
Top of the order, Brian Peterson, 1 for 3. Good fastball up and in.
A 91-mile-an-hour fastball up and in to Peterson. Can't catch up.
Kinetic North America pitch tracking it at the very roof of the strike zone. That ball rocked into right. And Brian Peterson, who came in hitting 169, is 2 for 4 tonight. And Miami's doing this in this series with no power. Singles and occasional double. They're just getting base hits.
Well, their pop is gone. Giancarlo Stanton's hurt. He's coming back on a rehab. Logan Morrison, he's hurt. And Hanley Ramirez is in Los Angeles.
Even when the Nats beat them 7-4 in the first game yesterday, they had 8 hits. Then they had 11, outscoring the Nats 5-2 last night. And now one more after Josh Johnson's gem last evening. And they'll have 10 hits this evening. Scott Cousins is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. And you better get this guy because Jose Reyes is on deck. That's one of the best games Josh Johnson has pitched in the last 2 years here last night.
His slider command was unreal. Probably his best pitch all night, but his fastball touched 94 at times. He moved it in and out, had great command of that. Good curveball, too.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, the Astros just got a run in the top of the 7th. They're back on top at Atlanta, 3-2. Nats lead the Braves by 2 in the East. And a bouncer blocked well by Suzuki.
A slider in the dirt right here. Slide over, create the angle, stay soft. Keep it right in front.
Two balls and 2 strikes. That ball on a 1-hopper. Bob Bardozzi to Espinoza, and the inning is over. A walk and 2 hits. Double play was big. Nats still within 2. States Coast Guard, brought to you by DynCorp International. We serve today for a better tomorrow. And by Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the military for over 75 years. If you're in the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, or your family is, we'd be proud to serve you as well. Tonight's game on Masson celebrating 222 years of the United States Coast Guard. It's one of the 5 armed forces of the USA, and the Coast Guard protects the maritime economy and the environment, defends our maritime borders, and saves those in peril. And we've seen their choppers fly overhead on some special day flyovers many times over the years. The easy to see orange choppers. Adam LaRoche, there's a high flyer, and it is gone. Another home run for Adam LaRoche. Viva LaRoche, number 23.
Unbelievable. I think he just got a cutter right out over the plate. The ball's been carrying all night, and it just got over the fence in right center field.
And he hugs his little guy down there in the chute.
What a great shot. Drake running up, his son to give Dad a high five. Just another home run for Adam LaRoche. Wow.
Nats back to within a run. They've already staged 2 tying comebacks tonight.
I mean, is that in the zone or is that in the zone?
69 RBIs now. Worth will pull that ball for a base hit. Jason Worth is 2 for 3.
I mean, I was joking yesterday when I said you could get the RBI counter out like a pitch counter right now with LaRoche because they're just so frequent. But now you might add home runs to it. I mean, how balanced is he right there through the swing? Great balance, great extension on the barrel. Just another home run from number 25.
187 career. And he's making a serious bid to be over 30 this year.
So he got number 25 because Jim Thome was one of his favorite players, and he is swinging the bat like a young Jim Thome right now. Unbelievable.
Well, and I would say Jim Thome and Adam LaRoche are 2 of the nicest guys who've ever played this game.
Yeah, agreed.
The pride of Peoria and the pride of Fort Scott, Kansas, respectively. Kurt Suzuki, couple of ground balls, and again, lots of hitting room on that right side. And Worth is a running threat representing the tying run. 21% caught stealing rate for John Buck of the Marlins.
And that was the A move right there from Mark Burley. As a base runner right here, look at Worth. He's close enough to the base where it's all he has to do is fall backwards if it's the good move, and that one was the good one. A little bigger lead for Worth after that move.
And that was a breaking ball, getting it on the hands of Suzuki. Christina with more on Adam LaRoche.
Well, Bob, Adam was asked this week just how rewarding the season has been for him and what he's been able to do in comparison to last year. And he said, you know what, last year's a distant memory. He said it was humbling sitting out the time that he did. And there was a little incentive in the offseason to come out and make something happen this season. And it sounds like it's working for him.
Yeah, 3 home runs last year. Didn't play after May 23rd because of a torn labrum in his left shoulder. He tried to play through it, and he just couldn't get any extension. So last year, Adam LaRoche only had 43 games with 151 at-bats. And who else would you vote for right now for National League Comeback Player of the Year? He could be a comeback player of the year and an MVP type guy in the same season.
Sure. Good call.
That's an award you don't want to win more than once.
I don't think he cares about rewards. I don't think he cares about stats or numbers. Carlos Zambrano getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. The only thing he cares about is the big W. Winning baseball games.
Suzuki lays down a bunt. It's perfect. Nobody goes for it. And he is out on a fantastic shovel play when all appeared lost for Mark Buehrle. So a sacrifice that almost became a hit.
How about the standing ovation for Kurt Suzuki going back to the Nats dugout on a sacrifice bunt? And how good is Mark Buehrle defensively? We talked about all the gold gloves, folks. This is why. Last second, shovel it right on the money to Solano covering. Unbelievable. I mean, that is not easy with your glove to shovel it while you're sliding and throw a perfect strike. Wow. Great play by Mark Buehrle. Pretty good bunt by Suzuki.
Oh, yeah. We'll never know. But if he'd been safe, he was running on the grass. And we've seen umpires call guys out on that play. But what a great bunt by Suzuki. And I didn't think Mark Buehrle was going to get to that ball. I think he kind of looked at Carlos Lee, and then it was right in the middle of him. Lombardozzi will chop it and hope it stays foul. He's going to fight now with an 0-2 count. Tying runs at first base, 1 out. Bottom 6. And of course, if you're going to hit for your pitcher, the number 7 guy bunting's a pretty solid play.
Yeah.
That's what the Nats are going to do. Because Mark DeRosa's on deck. So 2 shots to tie it, and one of them will go by the wayside here, out number 2. Lombardozzi batting 8th tonight, 0 for 3. And it'll be up to Mark DeRosa to save the inning. Michael Gonzalez poised to come in. Mark DeRosa starting to get into the swing of things, literally, since he came off the DL. 3 for 10 as a pinch hitter. He is 7 for 28 since returning. When you're a part-time player, you'll take that. 4 doubles, 4 RBIs, and he's walked 6 times during that span.
And swinging the bat better of late. A lot of guys going to lighter bats. Mark DeRosa actually went to a heavier bat. Liked how it felt in batting practice during the game.
Now, will that serve him well if he gets pitches he can take the other way?
Well, what it does is it gives you more ounces. It gives you more pop when you make contact. And I think when you use a heavier bat, it just kind of simplifies your swing. If your bat is too light, you really can't feel it sometimes in the strike zone. And if it's heavier, it just kind of does all the work for you.
Good scramble there to block by John Buck behind the plate.
But it's a feel thing for different guys. Bernardino went to a lighter bat and it worked, and it's just different strokes for different folks.
Box score has Adam LaRoche written all over it tonight. Other RBIs, Ryan Zimmerman and Michael Morse. So again, the 3, 4, 5 guys are delivering for the Nats. That part of the lineup's had a pretty good homestand. There hasn't been a whole lot of table setting from the top of the lineup. And DeRosa taking all the way on 3-0. Strike 2. You know what? And that was an okay take because Mark can't do a whole lot with that pitch.
It looked like a strike. Let's check it out on the replay. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do with it. DeRosa obviously wanted that to be ball 4, but I got a chance to drive in a run, a 3-2 count.
Tying runs at second base here in the 6th. And DeRosa will strike out on 81 upstairs. Mark Buehrle, only his 2nd strikeout tonight, but he's having a hard time with Adam LaRoche. For that matter, so is the National League. And it's now a 5-4 game.
Way to swing it, Pops.
Run, stretching for throws. He's doing it all for the Nats. And here they come again. They've fallen behind 3 times tonight. They've been able to mount some comebacks, and long way to go in this one, to say the least.
You can't be surprised at this point of the season that they're coming back again. I mean, they've been doing it all season long.
I'm not.
LaRoche is as hot as anybody in baseball. Fun to watch that guy play right now. But
I mean, I'm surprised I even brought it up.
a lot of game left, and it's up to Michael Gonzalez to keep it right there, keep it right where it's at. Momentum wearing red jerseys. Get your team right back in the dugout. Get your offense swinging.
And I know you like the way Michael has been attacking hitters out of that bullpen lately. He's not a guy who comes in and nibbles around.
Well, it's kind of the mound presence that he has every time he comes in. He just has a lot of confidence, a lot of energy, a lot of fire behind his pitches, and you'd love to see a guy come out of the bullpen and throw strike 1.
Jose Reyes batting right-handed, 2 for 3 tonight. Suddenly, as if Jose has told this young bunch of guys, I'm going to put you on my shoulders for a while. He could have gone a lot of different places around baseball. As a free agent after his days with the Mets, chose Miami, and he's going to look around the clubhouse sometimes and wonder, where did all my teammates go? Several of the guys for which I signed, to be around. Guys like Hanley Ramirez and Anibal Sanchez and others. Ryan Matthews for the Nats. Reyes looks it all the way in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Gonzalez, 26 appearances for the Nats, 21 of them scoreless. And he gets a good hitter reaching, but Reyes fouled it. And Kurt Suzuki is claiming he missed it. And here comes Davey Johnson.
Yeah, I did not see a foul ball on the initial play.
And I think Davey may tell Mike Muchlinski, could you at least ask for help on this one?
Well, that was a quick argument. Hey, check this out one more time. Whatever happened, Davey Johnson.
Looks like he missed it.
Heard what he needed to hear. I couldn't tell. Was there a little redirect there? I couldn't tell.
I didn't see the ball move until it hit the ground. And a lot of times the ump will hear the ball hitting the ground and think it's a tip. (3-2). Walked him.
Let's check out the Exmo shot one more time. His head's in the way, so tough for to see it. Is there any? I don't see it. And a lot of times an argument will be very short with the umpire when he says either A, I missed it, or B, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
And what do you say to that? I mean, that's the end of it.
That's why I thought Davey may say, well, can you ask one of your guys for help? Sometimes the opposite side guy, in this case the first base umpire, Fielden Culbreth, might have a good view of it. So Reyes is aboard. He stole a base last time against Jordan Zimmerman. Gonzalez lays in a changeup. Marlins with their bullpen. It's Heath Bell on the left. 88 pitches in 6 innings for Mark Buehrle. Wade LeBlanc, part-time starter for the Marlins, is in their bullpen. They've had a lot of changes to this club. I had to do a double take because he was not listed on the card in the clubhouse in their bullpen. Doesn't mean he can't pitch.
Talked to Tommy Hutton, their fine color analyst, the other day, and about where they're staying here in D.C. And he said, oh, it's a hotel with a lot of people in the lobby with name tags on them. And I said, well, was it the players?
Reyes, great jump. Don't even bother, Kurt.
That's about the third or fourth time this homestand I've seen a Nationals pitcher trip in the middle of their delivery. Watch Michael Gonzalez right here. Little slip right there. Pitch up and away. Davey Johnson's going to go out there and see if he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like his plant foot hit well before it got to its spot.
I think Tyler Clippard's done that in this homestand.
Mike McGowan handles the pitchers. He's telling Mike Gonzalez, man, you got to tell us honestly what's going on here. So back behind the plate goes Suzuki. All's well.
I would imagine with everything going on with Michael Gonzalez's delivery that there's not a lot of smooth landings. If he was a pilot, they'd all be rough.
Carlos Lee's had a perfect night. Hit by a pitch, scored a run. RBI single, RBI double. This man's locked in on a 10-game hitting streak, 17 for his last 32.
Carlos Lee is feeling it tonight. Couple of hits, a hit by a pitch, and that was a healthy swing. He got Kurt Suzuki on the backswing. And if you remember last week, Carlos Lee got umpire Joe West right in the face with the backswing. Tonight it's Suzuki. Cut Joe West's face. He was bleeding over his left cheek, and tonight he gets the newest catcher for the Nationals.
Carlos Lee lets go of that bat with one hand and then swings it all the way around as far as it can go.
He smoked Joe West. Got him right in the side of the face. It's something you don't see very often.
How did he miss the catcher? 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Gonzalez gets him on a pop-up. Adam LaRoche comes flying in to grab it for the first out. And a big one, obviously, with the runner at second base. Left-handed batter coming in. We'll see if Reyes might be thinking about third base here. Place a deposit on season tickets for next year. You receive ticket purchase priority for any 2012 postseason play. Go to nationals.com/2013 or call 202-675-NATS. Offer expires middle of September. September 15th. Greg Dobbs is 1 for 3. Hit a ball hard right at Adam LaRoche on a hop last time. It's a clear throw for Suzuki to third. If the runner goes, he'll be heading that way. And Lombardozzi just boots that one with a one-hander on a ball that was spinning. And the middle of the Nats defense has now made 3 errors tonight. That's only Lombardozzi's 3rd all year.
Oh, it's just something you haven't seen from this defense all season long. They've been so trump tight, making every single play, making routine plays look routine, making hard plays look routine. And tonight, just one of those nights.
Mike Gonzalez is done. So he faces 3 batters, 2 of them reach, 1 via the error, and another call to the bullpen. It's packaged by the UPS Store. We love logistics. Who but W.B. Mason? Big crowd, 33,409. And they're watching one of the tougher games the Nats have had defensively all year. Hard to remember a game like this with 3 errors. 2 of them throws, one that spinning ground ball, and now Ryan Matthews against Donovan Solano, and the Nats need another double play ball, and they bring in the guy with the sinker who can get it.
Greg Dobbs has 4 stolen bases on first.
Yeah, and if he runs, what do you do about Reyes? Jose Reyes in a play like that just waiting to see a throw to second so he can take off.
I wonder if that was a safety squeeze right there that Ozzie Guillen put on. Solano didn't like the pitch. It was up. He pulled it back. Safety squeeze means you don't have to bunt it unless it's a strike. Suicide, you got to get it down.
Dobbs is going, and fortunately for the Nats, that ball is foul tipped.
Somebody missed a sign. Whether it was Solano and it was a hit and run, or Dobbs thinking the bunt was a hit and run, but you generally don't see a base runner steal with a guy squaring around a bunt. That was a missed sign.
Yeah, he was looking at his third base coach Joe Espada on his walk back to the bag. The count's 1-1. Marlins itching to get their 2-run lead back here. Dobbs goes again. There's a bunt. Reyes coming home. He's going to score easily. Well, you can do so many things with a guy like Jose Reyes, and the leadoff walk comes back to haunt, and the Marlins lead 6-4.
A good bunt right here by Solano, but once again Dobbs was going, so well, maybe Ozzie Guillen has a bunt and run.
And FP, maybe it's something he only does with Jose Reyes on third base because he's hoping for a throw if the ball's not bunted. Throw to second.
Yeah, good call.
You know, you wouldn't do that with just any runner.
Well, you pop that up, it's a double play. And that's the reason you usually don't see a runner take off when a guy has sacrificed bunting. You put that in the air, the inning's over.
Well, Solano got it down for a 7th RBI. And a swing and a foul now from Gorkis Hernandez. And the count's 0-2 here in the 7th. The Nats are just having a hard time holding the Marlins in these last 2 games.
Kurt Suzuki having a rough inning back there. Got smoked in the head in the backswing and just took a foul tip off his thigh, I believe. And right off his knee. And even though there's a protector there, it doesn't matter.
Target in. Houston Astros are batting in the top of the 8th inning and still leading at Atlanta 3-2. That is right side. Lombardozzi saves it, throws it, and out. And a good thing because the runner was already around third. So Lombardozzi saves a run there. The Nats give up another run. It is 6-4. Defense has betrayed the Nats tonight. 3 errors have hurt. Adam LaRoche is on fire. Jason Worth is swinging a good bat like Carlos Lee is for Miami.
And how about the night for Adam Cool? First time up, home run. Third time up, home run. And anything this guy does right now is good, whether it's on defense with the glove at home plate or hugging his son after his 23rd home run. It's fun to watch that guy play baseball right now. I'll tell you what, we're lucky to watch him play.
Chad Tracy lifting the lid. $200 to the Children's National Medical Center every time an ad hits a home run this year. So Adam LaRoche, and that's from our Washington area Lexus dealers. Adam LaRoche has cashed in 23 times, and the Nats have 117 home runs on the year. Heath Bell has had a tumultuous season as the Marlins closer. Couldn't buy his save early. Then when the Nats saw him in that series that began on Memorial Day, he got hot suddenly and saved most of that series. Since then, been a seesaw for him and his teammates.
He's pitched good against the Nationals this year. Did a nice job the last time they were down in South Florida. And we were joking on the air, what's all the problems with Heath Bell? Every time he's pitched against the Nats, he's been good. 2-pitch guy, fastball and a hard 12-6 curveball. Fastball in the low to mid-90s.
Danny Espinosa leads off. Bottom 7. 1 for 3 tonight in this series. 2 for 11 and 4 for his last 30, and he bunts 1 foul. 4 for his last 40, pardon me.
Check out Heath Bell's stats against the Nationals this year. 5 games, 3 saves. No runs, and he's got the truck driver hat working.
How to play? No balls and 2 strikes. Espinosa, Harper, Zimmerman here, bottom 7. Heath Bell, 19 saves on the year, but 6 blown. And Espinosa takes a fastball right down the middle. Bryce Harper 0 for 3, 1 for 7 in the series, and Christina with more.
Well, Bob, today before the game, Bryce was presented with the Hustle and Heart Award, Heart and Hustle Award by the Major League Baseball Alumni Association. And Davey Johnson talked today about a recent conversation he had with Bryce about how he's doing so far this season. And he said, look, you got here in a hurry. You've established yourself. You're not going anywhere. Can you just relax a little bit? He says, Bryce is swinging about 1,000 times a day. And he told him, you don't have to hit 4 rockets in every game. And Bryce's response, I can't change. So that's the reason for the Heart and Hustle Award.
Bryce Harper 0 for 4 tonight without a ball out of the infield. Carlos Lee takes care of that, and Ryan Zimmerman's going to have to do something about this Heath Bell thing. Totally dominating the Nats this year. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs, bases empty. 6-4 Miami. They're trying to beat the Nats for the 7th time in 12 games. And they have dominated our ball club since the beginning of 2008 to the tune of what nobody else in baseball has even come close to. Zimmerman tonight, 2 hard hit balls, a line drive to third, RBI base hit up the middle, and a walk. And the count goes to 2-0.
That's a hat that you fold up and put in your back pocket when you're done pitching.
Ryan jammed and he fights it off. Michael Morse could be the tying run if Ryan Zimmerman keeps this inning going. And Heath Bell just missed hitting it.
94 miles an hour. Look out. Little sink to it, and it was chasing Ryan Zimmerman.
Nats need a base runner. 3-2 pitch. And on a breaking ball way outside, Ryan Zimmerman strikes out. Through 7, Heath Bell continues to dominate the Nats.
Cholula hot sauce. So check out Jordan Zimmerman tonight and his fastball. Donovan Solano, fastball up 95 miles an hour. Tough to catch up to the heat up there. Cholula hot sauce bringing the heat and the flavor.
Jordan Zimmerman, 3 strikeouts tonight. Lasted just 5 innings. 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits. Couple of errors made behind him. Cost at least 2 runs, maybe 3. So this one goes to the 8th. Ryan Matthews still in there. He'll face John Buck to lead things off. Tapper, left side on the charge, Ryan Zimmerman. They will hit for Heath Bell with Justin Ruggiano. Potomac Nationals with busy times down there at Fitzner Stadium in Woodbridge these days. Hall of Fame defender Rod Langway tomorrow. Red Rockets will have a special pregame performance. And Slapshot will be roaming the stands in Woodbridge. It's Washington Capitals Day at the Park Sunday, 105. I'm sorry, that's a week from tomorrow, August 12th. So make your plans for next weekend, August 12th at Fitzner Stadium. And that ball fading down and in to the right-hander. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I think Matthews lost the vampire. He's coming set old style. Oh, there it is. Didn't see it the last couple of pitches. Doing it quicker. Good location on the fastball away tonight from Ryan. Yeah, I think when you've pitched as much as he has this year, and guys know you have a good 2-seam fastball, now they're starting to look for it in there. And if you can command the other side of the plate when guys are cheating and maybe leaving early to get to your sinker, it's got to be effective. But you got to hit that spot. If you're right-handed and you know a guy has a mid-90s 2-seam fastball that's going to run in, I mean, you have to cheat to it, and that means starting your swing earlier than you normally would. Look for it in there and try to get the barrel out.
3-2 to Ruggiano.
Like that.
Not a swing the Marlins want to see from a guy whose back is bothering him. And Ryan Matthews will check in with his first strikeout.
Kind of to my point right here. 2-seam fastball. Ruggiano looking for it in there. Starts his swing early. And by the time he recognizes it, this ball, there's nothing he can do. Good late run for strike 3.
Wow. Bases empty, 2 outs. Another $37 for the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health from the Washington area Toyota dealers every time a Nat pitcher registers a strikeout. Brian Peterson's had a good night. He's 2 for 4. He has scored a run. First run of that 2-run in the 5th inning. They got the Marlins back on top after the Nats had tied it in the 3rd.
.94% fastballs from Matthews. 2-seam, 4-seam.
2-1 pitch driven left center. A 3-hit night for Brian Peterson, who started the night hitting 169. He motors to second, and he's in there with a 2-out double.
Wow.
Flashing some great speed right there.
I want to see this one on replay. Look close with the naked eye. I thought Lombardozzi might have got the tag down. Good throw by Worth. Another good piece of hitting by Brian Peterson. Locked in. A couple of singles to right. This one to left. Jason Worth with the backhand. 1-hop throw right on the money. And did he get in there? Yes, he did. Good call.
Lombardozzi took that throw on the left field side of the bag. Tried to reach across the bag to get him. Very close. And now that ball hit sharply to Lombardozzi. I tell you, the Marlins swinging the bats tonight. A lot of hard hit balls. But there's more LaRoche and Worth coming up. The Nats need a couple. To you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com or visit your local Dodge dealer this weekend. On a beautiful night in Washington, D.C., the Miami Marlins have come in here and pounded out 10 hits. They lead at 6-4. The Nats have to come up big, and a pretty big defensive play for Miami in this game.
It's time for Home Depot doing more on defense. Great bunt by Kurt Suzuki. You're thinking first and second, nobody out. Maybe Lombardozzi moving the runners along with a bunt himself, but there's a reason why Mark Burley has won 3 Gold Gloves, and you're seeing it right there. Little scoop play to Solano cover and right on the money. Great play and a big play in this game for Mark Burley, helping himself out.
Left-hander Mike Dunn, the third Miami pitcher of the night. Strikeout guy, 30 in 29 innings.
And he's a guy that's had pretty good control of late. He's kind of throttled back from his fastball. Randy St. Clair's got him believing that he doesn't have to throw max effort every time, that 93, 94 can get guys out as well as anything else as long as you locate it. When you look at the average speed, Carp, on his fastball, 94 miles an hour. He's got a slider and a change to go with it, a curveball too.
Michael Morse 0 for 3 career against him with a couple of strikeouts. It's getting late. Up the middle on the first one, 2 hops, Donovan Solano. Next up is Adam LaRoche. Drew Storn is throwing for the Nats. They have Reyes, Lee, and Dobbs in the 9th inning. And right now in this series, Jose Reyes and Carlos Lee, a 2-man wrecking crew. So here's Dunn against LaRoche, and they've only met 1 time.
LaRoche has been a 1-man wrecking crew, and it's been against left-handers. I guarantee if you run down there and ask him right now, he'd rather face a lefty than a righty.
Dunn won official AB against LaRoche, and that's a strikeout. One other plate appearance was a walk. Shift is on. Adams 2 for 3 with a pair of solo homers tonight. So he sits safely now in 12 of his last 13 games with 14 runs batted in on 7 homers. They'll just take that one blown away, 2-0. Turns on that one, hits it hard, and Carlos Lee with the backhand pick. And then Mike Dunn simply drops it. That has to be an error on the pitcher. And in a 2-run game, what a huge break for the Nats.
Yeah, now Jason Worth represents the tie and run against the lefty Dunn. A play you work on a million times in spring training, PFP, pitcher's fielding practice. Good feed by Lee, and it looks like Dunn took his eye off the ball before it went into his glove. Great shot, guys. You can see him looking at the base a click before that ball got into his glove.
So Jason Worth against Mike Dunn career, 2 walks and 2 for 2.
LaRoche is so hot he's making other teams make errors.
That was a routine play. Unexpected break for the Nats, and here comes Jason Worth. He's always been a guy who takes the stage at this stage of a ball game. Clutch late throughout his career.
Stage is yours. Take it.
That's a slow breaking ball that stays low, 1-1. In Atlanta, Bottom of the 9th inning, Houston leading 3-2. Wilton Lopez is on for the Astros to try to save it. Jason Worth tonight 2 for 3, and he's 4 for 7, 4 for 8 with 4 walks since coming off the DL. Way outside, 2-2. Kurt Suzuki on deck, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Worth will take that one upstairs. He has such an amazing batting eye.
Especially with 2 strikes, spreads out a little bit, keeps that head still, allows him to see the baseball, and this crowd all of a sudden is some kind of into this game. Place is rocking.
Worth will take the walk on a fastball upstairs. 2 on, 1 out.
We talk about stages being set. Kurt Suzuki, his first game as a National, has a chance to be a hero right here. What did Ozzie think about ball 4 to Jason Worth? Hey, that's pretty mild, right?
Yeah.
That's not that big.
Yeah, just tried to swat his gum.
Spit out a seed.
So Kurt Suzuki in his Nats debut. Tying run is at first base here in the 8th. Lombardozzi on deck. Nobody warming in the Miami bullpen.
I mean, this is what home field advantage is all about. When you're about to go on a 10-day road trip and you play in your home ballpark late in the game when the crowd gets into it, I'm telling you, I've been there and done it. As a visiting team, you start to feel it. When it gets loud in the ballpark, you start to get tight and you feel like here they come. Now, fans at home have a lot to do with the success of the Nationals this year.
And Suzuki takes a big rip. It's gone final in Atlanta. Houston beats the Braves 3-2. Nats at the moment lead by 2.5 in the East. Can they rally to make it 3? And Suzuki having a hard time laying off the high stuff of Mike Dunn right now. Now they get Steve Cishek up, who got the save in that game last night when the Nats mounted a would-be rally late.
He's surprised if Dunn doesn't try to climb the ladder right here in a 2-strike count to Suzuki.
As mentioned earlier, he's a strikeout guy. And Suzuki, fans on a pitch upstairs again. 2 outs. It'll be up to Lombardozzi.
Yeah, all top of the zone. And Dunn saw that Suzuki was going to chase the fastball up. He kept throwing it. And Suzuki kept swinging. And it's not a bad thing. You get on top of it. Those go a long way, but at 94, 95 miles an hour, it's tough to catch up to that heater up there.
Nats looking for two-out lightning now. Lombardozzi up the middle. That ball is through. Adam LaRoche will score, and it's a one-run game as LaRoche just gets by the catcher. I'll tell you, Gorkias Hernandez made that close at the end, and the Nationals are back to within one. And that's because of the error.
A nice piece of hit and another clutch two-out knock by the Nationals. Been doing it all year long. Why stop now? Lombardozzi doing a nice job and getting inside of that baseball. You see the inside-out rotation. Took a fastball in, fought it up the middle. And Bo Porter waving Adam LaRoche around. And I was wondering if he got home plate. I was waiting for McClinskey to make the call. Sometimes they won't make the call if the runner doesn't touch the plate and no tag is applied. And did he touch home? I don't think he did.
Wow. He had to dance around the catcher.
Initially, I thought he was going to have to scramble back and touch home plate because from up here, it didn't look like he touched it. Upon the replay, he did not touch home plate. Nats catch a huge break right there. Huge.
6-5 and Tyler Moore hits for Ryan Matthews. Way inside.
Carp, the reason why you don't go touch home plate, again, even if you missed it, if the umpire makes a call, that's it. Done deal. Play's over.
Yeah.
If he stands there with his hands in his pocket, he's telling you didn't touch home plate. He made the call, that was that.
Tyler Moore on an off-speed pitch, hit it right off the top of the barrel.
Guys in the truck are telling me they got a zoom play right here, a zoom shot, where he might have touched the corner. Tough to tell right there. From the other angle, it looked like he missed it. That's a little bit closer. If a strike is on the black, LaRoche's foot was on the black.
1 ball, 1 strike to Tyler Moore. He gets a breaking ball and fouls it. He's been seeing a lot of off-speed stuff lately, righties and lefties. So if the Nats can take the lead here, Worth at second, tying run, Lombardozzi behind him, it brings Tyler Clippard into play. And even if they tie it, Tyler would probably pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is a base hit to right field. Here comes Worth. A throw to third is not in time. The Nats have tied the game. All because of a simple play at first base. And the Marlins open the door. The Nats have kicked it open.
You give good teams extra outs, they'll make you pay every single time. Clutch hit right here from Tyler Moore. Fastball down the way, head to the baseball, line drive to right, and with the speed of Jason Worth, he was safe. A good throw right there by Cousins to third. Worth hustling through home plate just in case. The throw gets Lombardozzi at third before he scores. 2 clutch hits from rookies back to back.
Well, Danny Espinosa could go a long way toward making up for a couple of throws with a base hit here. Lead runs at third with 2 outs in the 8th in a 6-6 game.
Just another classic, not a big deal.
Danny Espinosa in his career 0 for 3 against Mike Dunn, whose drop of a simple throw gave the Nats a chance in this inning. And Washington has taken advantage beautifully. Moments after, Houston holds on to beat Atlanta.
And I think that's what got the crowd going. And to kind of wrap up my point, as a home player, you feed off this. It gives you energy, especially in the dog days of August.
That's a breaking ball. That's a little bit outside, 1-1.
The first thing I said to Kurt Suzuki today, I say, hey, not a knock on Oakland. I know you loved it there, but you're going to play in front of some pretty good fans here that are filling up the ballpark lately, and he was all in.
Lombardozzi and more hits from rookies on this ball club this year. And he looks that one all the way in for a ball. Tyler Clippard's the only man throwing in the bullpen now. Is he in a hold'em or a save situation?
They can put on that wild pitch play that's worked for them too this year if they want.
That was a nasty breaking ball down and in. Espinosa couldn't hold. And the count's 2-2. Espinosa! See you later! The Nats lead 9-6.
They want Espinosa out of the dugout.
One of the biggest home runs of his young career. First pitch is inside to Bryce Harper. Danny gives him a pump.
And check out the curtain call. Espinosa out of the dugout, and that's gotta feel unbelievable. After the night he was having earlier in this game on defense, makes up for everything in one swing of the bat. And that just doesn't happen in baseball, where the game finds you and you get that opportunity to make up for things. That was clutch.
Harper on a 2-0 pitch, pumping.
2-strike count. Shorten your swing, hit it in the bullpen, bat flip. And it's the loudest I've ever heard this ballpark. Right there. Unbelievable.
A 6-4 deficit has turned into a 9-4 lead. And every run in this inning on the stat sheet will be unearned. But the Nats have earned every bit of it the way they've performed here with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Harper gets a breaking ball. And you can kiss that baby goodbye. It is 10-6 on Harper's 10th of the year.
This place is going nuts.
They have to be stunned, absolutely stunned, in the third base dugout. So Bryce Harper makes it to double figures and 30 RBIs.
He got a curveball close to him, sat on it, let it travel, and that was an upper deck job, and he knew it as soon as he hit it. towering home run to right. And this place went berserk.
Nats have hit 4 home runs tonight. Ozzie Guillen will pull Mike Dunn, who did not catch an underhanded throw from Carlos Lee, and the Nats have made the Marlins pay for that big time. Have you ever seen such a simple play lead to such a big rally? Wow.
Against good teams? Yes, I have. Stuff going on here at Nats Park. Danny Espinoza, 2-strike count. Catches a curveball out in front and a no-doubter to left. That got this place rocking. And then Bryce Harper, let's listen in. As soon as he hit it, he knew it. And after all the shenanigans down in South Florida between he and Ozzie Guillen, that had to feel great.
The Nats lead by 4. So Mike Dunn, one of the rough outings of his career, you would think. 5 hits, he made an error. He gave up 5 unearned runs. Ryan Zimmerman's had a good night with an RBI single and a walk. And he faces Carlos Zambrano. And Zimmerman fouls one off his foot. Ryan Zimmerman against Carlos Zambrano, 8 for 29 with a home run.
I mean, it has to be, hands down, without a doubt, the most exciting team in the National League, maybe even in baseball. I mean, every night you're sitting up here not believing what you're seeing.
Zimmerman, base hit. And the Nats bat around in the 9th inning, or 8th inning. And Michael Morse, who started this a long time ago with a ground out, will be at the plate. Amazing.
And just to kind of finish the point, I've been around baseball a long time, and I have never seen anything like this.
These are the kind of games championship years are made of, when your team never stops fighting. Davey Johnson talked about that today at our season ticket holder event. He said the 84, 85, and 86 Mets, especially the latter version of that, and Ray Knight was on that ball club, taught him you never quit. You know, even after that ball went through Bill Buckner's legs, they were down 3 runs in Game 7 before they came back and won. So this club has taken on Davies' personality in that respect. Solano throws out Morse, and you have just witnessed something the likes of which you might see every several years. And it's played out several times here this year. Espinosa and Harper go deep, and the lid came off of Nationals Park. They can turn around a homestand, and the Nats could have a winning homestand if they take it tomorrow against Ricky Nolasco, who's 94 career against Washington. Steven Strasburg and the Marlins getting to know each other well. 2 starts this year, 12 innings, no runs, 13 strikeouts. And suddenly tomorrow's game could shape up as a 3 out of 4 for the Nats against a Florida ball club that has beaten them soundly over the years. But this is a new time, and we'll wrap up this homestand and the series tomorrow, and I think those 2 guys have a good chance of being in the lineup. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, even though you'd like to send it to everybody you know. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Tyler Moore stays into play left after his big pinch hit that tied the game. Those hits by Lombardozzi and Zimmerman, or rather batting for Zimmerman's spot there. Tyler Moore not to be forgotten before the home runs, because that kind of took all the pressure off once they tied the game, and they took it right from there.
Well, you got some young players in a pennant race doing some very, very advanced stuff. Big hit by Lombardozzi, big hit by Tyler Moore, home run by Bryce Harper, and all of this, you just add to the experience factor when you start playing some humongous games in September.
Clippard and Reyes here. Jose Reyes has been tremendous in this series. 7 out of 13 with a walk. And he has scored 5 runs. He's acting like a number 3 hitter and a leadoff guy. Was that changeup just missing? And it might be time with a big lead to go on the attack with the heater.
Well, I think at times Tyler Clippard has a better feel for the changeup than the fastball as far as throwing it for a strike. If he doesn't have his fastball command, he has so much confidence in his changeup that he'll throw that instead.
Another changeup, and he gets a swing and a foul.
So while sometimes at home you might be scratching your head saying, well, he's got a 4-run lead, throw your fastball. Well, if he doesn't have a feel for that and he can't throw it for a strike, he throws his changeup.
Two balls and 2 strikes. There's the express, and Reyes late for it. Well, this one's over. Johnny Holiday back. Wouldn't you know this would happen when Johnny gets back in the ballpark. And his buddy Ray Knight. W.B. Mason with Nats Extra when the game's over. Welcome back, Johnny. 2-2 to Jose Reyes. And he just got a piece of that one.
Johnny came back to celebrate the 222nd anniversary of the Coast Guard tonight.
That's low. 3-2. Carlos Lee is next, and he's had a 2-hit, 2 RBI night. Greg Dobbs after that. Marlins have all right-handers on their bench. And Clippard will have quite a battle. And here's a Jose Reyes hitter who's locked in too. Stuff that's striking out other people. He's hanging in there. We've seen a lot of Tyler Clippard. Pitch number 9 in this at-bat coming. Right down the middle. Lombardozzi. And that's a wide throw. Hard to acquire the target on a full run like that. And they could give Jose Reyes his 3rd hit of the night, and they will. Next up is Carlos Lee.
A good range by Lombardozzi, and I think when you're on the run and you throw over the top like that, hard to pick up your target. Good backup by Kurt Suzuki. Watch the new catcher and where he's at, just in case he throws it away. Standing right behind the plate, keeping Reyes at first.
This game far from over with 3 outs to get. Carlos Lee goes up hacking, and he pops it up right center. Lombardozzi for the first down. For starting lineups, in-game updates, and Nats team coverage you can't afford to miss, sign up for Masson Mobile Alerts by texting Nationals to 29292. Tyler Clippard now against Greg Dobbs. Clippard gave up a pinch hit to Dobbs, who went the other way for a base hit in Game 1 yesterday. And Reyes will go ahead and take second base. So Greg Dobbs 2 for 7 career against Clippard.
Two big outs to get for Tyler Clippard. But very rarely do you see a team make 3 errors and win a big league game. And I think that speaks a lot to the intangibles that this ball club has. They just don't quit.
1 ball, 1 strike. And Dobbs will foul out of play. Dobbs got that base hit Game 1 yesterday, right before Tyler Clippard came in. So Danny Espinosa makes a couple of throwing errors tonight that gave the Marlins a chance to score 3 runs. And then he knocks in 3 with an 8th inning homer to give the guys the lead. So he has a 2 for 5 night. And he came into this game 3 for 37. This game can change in an instant. 1-2 to Dobbs now. And Clippard pops him up. Danny Espinosa is there. And then he'll be called off by Tyler Moore, 2 down. Hey, if you can win on a night when a starter goes 5 and you've made 3 errors, you got a pretty good ball club.
And if you can win on a night when the Astros beat the Braves, that's also a good thing.
Clapping in unison, this big crowd. Donovan Solano, the last hope for the Fish, and he fouls one back. And a changeup hit to left. Tyler Moore has it bounce in front of him, and it's now a 10-7 game. Ball just not hit hard enough to be catchable. And the Marlins are still alive, and now Bryce Harper's homer after that of Espinosa looking big. That's Solano's second RBI of the night.
Yeah, off the end of the bat, drops it in nicely. Gets himself up another hit. His first hit of the night, an RBI.
Gorkis Hernandez, the hitter. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Here comes Zimmerman. Oh, what a night for the Nats. As they win it, coming from behind dramatically, 10-7.
Back to 21 games over 500. They moved 3 games up on the Braves. Probably the most exciting comeback of the year when you talk about how the fans here at the ballpark almost willed them to come from behind. The loudest I've heard it all year. Another great game.
10-7. Zimmerman on the charge. And the Nats in a position to take 3 out of 4 from the Fish tomorrow.